Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday mornings, messages of love from above. I'm excited to see what Spirit has for us today. And before we get started, though, I do want to send beautiful, beautiful love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching this on replay or live, I'd love for you to join me multiplying that love to the world. And we can join outside of space and time because all that beautiful love energy from above is outside of space and time. So whether you're watching it, rewatching the video, you can still join in and send love. So I'm just going to take a big, deep breath and just come back to this moment here right now. And allow that love to flow down from above into our heart and fill us up and then out to the world. And if you are in need of love right now for your heart, for your mind, for your body, for a loved one, or for a situation, we send love to you right now. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. And welcome. Hope you had a wonderful morning or evening or day, wherever you're at in the world. And how are you feeling in this moment? What are you choosing to feel in this moment? And do we want to change that? Right? That's our power. I love that power that we have. So, a couple quick things I do want to make sure everyone knows. We have this beautiful 12/12 portal coming up here in a couple days. We did create readings for each individual zodiac sign, and here's that beautiful playlist. Also, a wonderful pick a card reading about what messages uh, does your soulmate, your current soulmate, your soul partner, or twin flame, or twin flame, what messages do they have for you? They could be three different people. I know. So check out that video and find out. But I do talk about what each three of those are, which was really interesting. I love the clarity Spirit brought around that because I was like, what's the difference? And they're like, here, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, makes sense. So I love it. All right. So let me pop out the chat here and we will get started on the readings. All right. Make sure that's good. And let me shrink down this big screen and I can see. All right. All right. Okay. Sorry, just making sure I have everything ready here. All right. So, of course, donations do get priority. So, if you, I know the list is already long. So, uh, if it'll just get longer and quickly, but if you want to bump up your reading to the front of the line, if you're like, I need to know and I need to know today, just any donation will pop up and I will step out of line of the free readings and do that reading and then go back in line and continue to go in order on free readings. So that's the skinny on how that works, and we will get started. So many blessings to all of you and so much love and appreciation already for all the thumbs up you've given the video already. It just helps spread the Zen love and to the world And of course, right now, the world can use as much of it as we can give it to help transform it. So I love it. All right. So, first free reading up is Kritika. Hello, hello. You want to know what is coming in your life next year? Any love proposals coming towards you? All right. Well, let's take a look and see what we've got going on. All right. So, for Kritika, so what's coming in love life next year? We'll get that and then see if a proposal is coming in as well. All right. I do see here, it seems like your love life is very full, which is good because the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles is about a full outer life. I feel like there are, of course, with the death card, there's some rebirth that goes on for you, endings and new beginnings that come in. I You have the chariot card too, which is all about victory and power of choice. And I really feel, and also movement. The chariot, of course, is this movement that happens. So I feel like you have a beautiful experiences in love next year. I don't feel that it's a proposal comes next year. I feel like you're in the middle of uh, learning about, here the three of swords, of course, is the expectation card, the heartbreak, the disappointment card. So that's why I feel like we don't have the proposal coming in, but you do have this beautiful Empress card, which is the nurturer, where you're learning to understand yourself and what you want. And you're releasing a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around relationships that allows you to see truly the pearl that you are and that you get to choose what you want. And there is this cleansing of, uh, I feel like, negative types of relationships in your life next year, which allows you the freedom. Yeah, yeah, which allows you to get the Ace of Cups, new love. So I feel like you have a relationship, which is more, if you've checked out my pick a card that I just talked about messages from your soul mate and your soul partner and or twin flame. I feel like you have a soul mate that you interact with for a nice portion of the year next year. But they're just a stepping stone. They're someone who teaches you more about what you want and what uh, a lot about yourself, which allows you to clear away things. But then they also, that's kind of like the death and the rebirth. They're part of that. Okay, it didn't work out the way that you had anticipated. That's where that Three of Swords comes in too. But you do find new love toward the end of the year. I kind of feel like 6 or 7 months of the year, the beginning of the year is with the first one, and then the last 4, 5 months of the year is when you find the new love, but it's because you have raised your love vibration to a new level, which that kind of repels this type of individual that you have at the beginning of the year, but it draws in someone more in alignment with where you're headed. So that's what I feel for you for next year, Katika. So enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. And I know it's like, well, how can I enjoy the first one if, knowing that it's not going to end? Well, you can be very aware of what you're learning during the process, knowing that whatever they show you about what you love about yourself, you're like, yeah. And the stuff that you see in the mirror that you are like, ugh, then you know that you can work on that and that there's a goal. It's worth working on it. So that's what Spirit has for you, Kritika. So many blessings to you. All right. We will continue moving down the list. Let me just scroll this down a little bit. All right. All right. So the next free reading is Anjali Sharma. Hello. A little emoticon waving. Hey. Will you choose to marry your person? Why will you choose to marry the person? What will you going to find good in them? What's going to convince you to say yes and to marry them? Let's take a look here. Anything else? I like it. So you have the Six of Coins, which shows this equal giving and receiving. They're not someone who is demanding. They can keep up with your giving. They can keep up with what you're able to give back and forth. It's not this out of balance relationship that's codependent, where the exchange rate is unfair. With you have to give 100 of something in order for them to give you one back. It's like this beautiful give and receiving relationship, which is refreshing, right? Also, you're going to see that the Nine of Wands here, that they've really learned to stand in their power, and that any obstacle that comes up, like any kind of block, they understand that they are the ones that are holding back, and they don't allow the outside world to control what they're able to do or not to do. They realize it's their thought, their belief that restricts them, and that they've learned this. Like they'll say that they've learned it the hard way. Trust me, I learned it the hard way. And they are able to, really sense and understand any blocks they have in their life, and they make movement through them, because they are able to really reflect and understand where the block's coming from. And you have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a love unlike any other, and you find what you find good in them is that there's this, it's just so unique and so different from anything that you've had in your life, that it's right in alignment. It fills you up like a chalice. You just feel full and overflowing with this experience. And you're just like, you have no doubt. You just know. Your heart is full and overflowing. And it just feels almost like a wish fulfillment. You just feel very full, very, um, like I said, whereas the other before, like with that Six of Pentacles, the Six of Coins, you felt empty a lot of the times because you feel like uh, they were you were giving away your life force. Like you gave everything to them first, and there wasn't anything left over for yourself, and they didn't give you hardly anything. So you always felt like your cup of yourself was always at the very bottom, hardly anything in there. And but now it feels like you're full and you're overflowing. So I really like that. So that's what they have for you right now, Anjali. So many blessings to you. All right, we'll continue to move down the list here. All right. So the next free reading is Rishi Lahori. So Rishi, hello, hello. I am well. And your gut tells you to stop talking to your dad, but you're confused and you'd appreciate some clarity. Sure, let's take a look here. See what spirit has for you there. What else? All right. So you do have the Four of Wands here, which is joy, celebration, um, stable energies. And you also have the Hermit card, which I feel is them saying that it's important for you in making this decision, which here's the decision. you know, in making this decision, it's important to turn inward on your inner path and really look at what um, what this gut is telling you, right? You have the 6 of Wands, which normally this is about recognition and victory, but I feel like with this white flag, it's surrender. Surrender this, I feel like there's fear, because whenever we're confused, we have confusion. It's because we're in some sort of fear mode, right? We don't think clearly when we're in our cat mind, which is what we go into when we fear is ignited, when our inner child feels unsafe or out of control. Then it's hisses and attacks or hisses and runs or either one. But our brain, our human adult brain, becomes confused because that's the way fight or flight works. It doesn't want us to stand still thinking because it doesn't want to get harmed by an animal attacking us. And we're going, I wonder if that's a tiger or a panther. Bah! It's like, okay, not, doesn't want you to think. And so, what spirit is looking at here with that 2 of Swords, it's we think from 2 places. We think from our minds, and then we do think from our hearts. It's interesting. Our hearts actually have brain cells in our heart in a way, and but this is about closing our eyes um, and open our hearts to think clearly. And I feel like with this Ace of Coins here, the Ace of Pentacles, it's talking about you continuing to focus on developing your worth in relation to the outside world and how you're moving through the gates that you had before that were holding you back, defining yourself by the outside world. And the desire to run and flee from communication with your father, it's our mind, our thoughts around an individual is what we are running away from, right? Because someone can say whatever they want and whatever to us, but we're the ones that define the story we put to it, and we're the ones that decide what emotion we want to feel as we go around it. And if I'm have this instinct to attack or run, then I know there's fear there. And your father is being a mirror for you. And so, like, you don't have to stop talking to your dad, but you don't have to respond in fear to them. You can instead respond with loving thoughts in your mind and loving emotions. And that's all you can control. You can't control what people are going to say, what they're going to do, but you do control what story you put to what it means. Like, when they talk to me that way, they shouldn't talk to me that way. Well, reality says different, right? They are. So what does that do? Oh no, I'm out of control. Fear ignites. But when you realize, oh, obviously they are supposed to be talking to me that way on purpose for me. And so rather than they're talking this way to me and and I'm being hurt by it and upset by it or whatever, it's like, well, that's our choice, right? I can also go, all right, he's trying to tell me something. What have I asked our higher selves? I asked this character called dad to talk to me this way so that I would see something. What is it that I want to see? And that's what that hermit card is. So I feel like it's all about the approach to what am I fearing around what what they're saying to me and how they're saying it to me. What do I fear around that? What am I trying to see with that? Because if you stop talking to your dad and you're wanting to learn lessons, what happens? A coworker will start talking to you that way. The grocery clerk will start talking to you that way. Someone else will step up and be that teacher for you. But your dad, this beautiful And I know it's hard to see this, but behind this character that you've been interacting with in this lifetime is a powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who is made of unconditional love, who's very kind, very loving. And on the other side is someone that is a friend who agreed to give you this experience because knowing how it would impact us, it takes someone very caring for us to be able to be those individuals for us on this plane, because they're like, "Oh my gosh, you really want that?" And they're like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Because I love you, I will be this person for you." But wow, you're choosing a doozy, and you're like, "I know, I'm signing up for it. I'm even gonna initial here and sign. It's for me." And so I don't feel like spirit is saying to stop talking to your dad, and I don't feel it's your intuition that's telling you. I feel it's fear that's telling you that. And but it's an opportunity for you to really, that hermit is step away. It doesn't mean you have to like go and talk to him every day, but you can respond in a loving way and see how often you can respond and question those thoughts that you have towards your dad. That is a beautiful, freeing journey. Uh, See the light at the end of the tunnel and help that allow you to take deep breaths and go, don't do it in front of them like, God, what do you want? But, make it a slow breath and just try to see the loving being that is the actor behind the character. But but hang in there. You've got it. You will see the truth and the beauty in it eventually. Just in hindsight, I know. So hang in there. We're sending you a lot of love. Many blessings. All right. So that is what they have for you right now, Rishi. All right. We'll continue moving down the list. The next free reading is Vidi Jalan. Hello. I am doing very well. Thank you so much for asking. And what is happening for you in terms of career in 2023? Let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know about career in 2023? All right. Well, interesting. I feel like you are on a good path here because you have two sixes. The Six of Swords, which is movement of, thought and belief and mindset, change of how you approach career in 2023. And then you also have the Six of Cups, which can be flow of emotion too. Sixes, if you think threes on either side, allows this beautiful flow in between. So things are flowing. The Six of Cups can also be about nostalgia and things from the past. So I really feel like there's change of how you're approaching things because you're changing just I want to say your impressions of things. Like you might have had dreams when you were younger or even recently. It's just about emotions, reflecting on emotions. I don't feel like it's six of vessels. The Six of Cups can be people coming back from your past or an old job opportunity coming up from the past too. But I feel it's more um the memory of jobs, the memory of career, the memory of what I want to do when I grow up kind of energy. And I feel like there's things that are changing. I feel like there's a new um just new excitement, new passion for almost like a different direction, because you do have the Apprentice of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, which is new passion, new drive, new ambition, new energy. And so I feel like there is this switch up, because you also have the Emperor card, which is called the Defender here, which is like you taking real control, really grabbing the bull by the horns and directing your path and making choices of where you want to go and what you want to do. So that's why I feel like there's this change of direction that happens there for you. See if they have anything else to add to that real quick here. Yeah, another six. So you have three sixes. So a lot of flow, a lot of recognition, a lot of victory that comes in here. So, I mean, I like it for I feel like whatever this changes that you decide to switch to and adapt, that it's so successful for you. And it just feels so much in alignment with your life path, especially with three sixes, which are all about flow. And so you're going with this beautiful flow next year. So don't be afraid to let old dreams go and have a new excitement. If something comes in and you're like, "Oh my god, I would love to do that. Oh, I don't know if I should." It's like, just remember this moment. You have three thumbs up from the universe saying, go for it, make that switch." And I do see it working out well for you. So that's what they have for you, VD. So many blessings to you. All right. So, Marie, you are up. Let me just make sure here. Hey, Deb, love and light. Hey, Leanne, Jeanette, everybody that I haven't been able to say hi yet to. Hello and welcome. And thank you guys so much for being here. I love all your thirst for messages from Spirit and that beautiful connection that I get to feel as I connect to your spirit guides and spirit for you. So, Marie, you are up next. And is the person you're thinking about really going on a business trip on the 12th? Uh-oh, let's take a look here. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know. Anything else? Wow, okay. I don't see anything that would represent uh mistruths or lying. I mean, you've got the Temperance card here, which is all about balance and patience. And you've got three crowns, three kings. The three kings, right? It's like the biblical story of Jesus's birth. Here's the three wise ones, because you've got the king of swords, you got the king of fire of wands, and the king of air, which is swords, right? So you've got all this. Um, I want to say with all of these, there's just a solidness around this. With three kings, it's just control, 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 lead, 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 and so with this balance and this temperance, it's like the mind, the outside world, and the fire and the passion. I mean, all three of those. The only one we don't have here is the cups, but you also have the empress, who is the queen of all the queens, mother nature, mother nurture. And I feel like they and you have the four of swords, which is peace of mind. It's like put your mind to rest, um, and focus on your nurturing yourself and what are your fears, what is this bringing you, because those three kings for me is like there's three kingdoms that are happening, and you're like, you want to know, um, it's like you want to roll over their kingdoms, and it's like spirit is pointing you back to yourself and just realize the pearl that you are, and look into the fears that you have, and then that will help you. And I feel like that's what's coming up here, this balancing with that temperance and that patience. They're like, just look into here. What is this situation bringing up for you to reflect on for you? Because there's these three kingdoms, and the kingdoms are running themselves, and the empress doesn't need to roll over them. They're being taken care of, Um, but it's time for you that you can nurture yourself and understand what why is this question coming up for you, right? And I feel like that's what they're doing with all those. Interestingly enough, I was like, three kings, what are the chances of that? But it's like, yeah, knowing that, things are going to unfold. The story of the three kings with Jesus is that they followed the stars, they followed the astrology, knowing that this very important person was going to be born on this important day, and the star in the sky guided them to their light. So it was like everything was unfolding perfectly. And I feel like that's what those three kings are telling you is, this is the story, this is the things are unfolding perfectly. And to really look into, yourself, your the clam, to your pearl, your great price that you have inside, and focus on that, because that's why this story is unfolding. So that's what they have for you, Marie. I feel like the business trip is a business trip, but I feel like it's about, well, all these emotions coming up are for you, for you. Yeah, so that's what they have. So many blessings to you, Marie. Hang in there, sending you lots of blessings. All right, Preeti, you are the next free reading coming up. You are welcome, Preeti. And let's take a look here. So the next 3 months for you, you're a Taurus, and you are preparing for a government teacher. All right, so let's take a look here and see what Spirit would like you to know. So what's going on the next 3 months for PT? All right. Well, I do like this for you as well. You have two sixes coming up here. I like this equal giving and receiving and the Six of Wands. I mean, this would mean victory and success, and this would mean victory and success as well. So the 3 months is, very abundant feeling here. And you do have the Two of Coins too, which is all about, these two together kind of feel like balance. And actually, this is balance too. When you think of three on each side, it's a very balanced 3 months that's coming up. I feel like there's this, just awareness. Spirit wants you to say, stay balanced as you go through it all. You don't have to overgive. You don't have to try to outshine, because this can be a recognition card too. But this is victory, recognition, equal giving and receiving, and balancing in your outside world. So, um, it's like you don't have to overachieve and overdo things. You get to enjoy the process, enjoy the journey, and stay balanced as you go through it. But I really feel it's a balanced 3 months. Um, Victorious, it ends up being successful. So I really like that. It's just you don't have to try to impress, and you don't have to overdo it and overgive of yourself. You know, do do your due diligence and do the job and do it in the way you love it, but you don't have to go out of balance and exhaust yourself and stress yourself out. Just enjoy the balance and the process is what they're saying. So I like it for you, PT. So many blessings for you there. I know teachers were some of the most um, wonderful uh, people in my life. And so I always have a warm spot in my heart for teachers because I know how much they give of themselves and how much impact they have on students. So I like it. So many blessings for you, Preeti. All right. So barcode, you are up next. Let me just make sure here. Okay. Just making sure I didn't have a donation coming in because as we know, donations do get moved to the front. You are welcome, Marie. All right. So the next free reading is barcode. I like that. How is your relationship going to be with your future spouse and their family? All right, let's take a look here. Let's take a quick sip here. So, barcode. How is your relationship with your future spouse and their family? All right, let's take a look. Okay, so let me do both of these at the same time so it doesn't look as bad. So, in the beginning, you have the Nine of Wands, which in the beginning, I kind of feel like the energy is this: here's you versus them, right? Because you're an outsider in the beginning. It kind of feels like you have this block between you and them, but that's you. This is your perception and your energy. And this Ace of Wands in the middle is actually you. And you're able to move that and step right through any blocks that are there. So it's like understanding in the beginning, you're going to have some energy there that you feel is kind of blocking, but it changes. That's why I wanted to have the Three of Wands here, because this is a change of energetic direction that comes in, which brings in new opportunity there with the family. It's like you feel like in the beginning there's this gate and you're an outsider, but then the gate opens and you're able to move into it. They're just saying, just be patient with the process. It takes time for that to unfold, and just know that it will balance out, and that you will, be able to move in there, move into this feeling of being a part of the family, right? And you have the Crown of Wands, which is the King of Wands, and here's that energy. It's you realizing here through this process that you're the one that holds the power of what expands in your life, because you see the world through your eyes, right? And so if you focus on fear of not fitting in, um, focusing on what you feel is missing or what you don't want in your life, then you grow that and it expands because you're watering that plant. But if you focus on what you're grateful for and what you do want and keep that energy growing in this light instead of the shadow, then you water that and that expands and that grows. And that's really a big thing that you learn as you're going through, the courting process, the marriage process, the joining together with their family process, that you're like, okay, I am controlling the energy around me, and we all pick up on each other's energies, but you're seeing the world as you are, not as it is. And so when you change your focus, then you see the outside world changes as well. So I really like that for you. It's very powerful and very empowering, because it's not only going to impact your relationship with your spouse and family and their family, it impacts everything else in your life too. You realize, wow, that can be friends, that can be job, work, education, whatever we focus on is what grows. And so if we focus on the fears, that expands. If we focus on the gratitude and love and joy and peace, that expands too. So I like it for you. Um, and I feel like it's all a learning process. So don't, uh, freak out in the beginning if you feel like, oh, this isn't what I thought it would be. It's like, well, not yet, but move that energy from that to that, and know that you hold the power of that. So I like that for you, Barcode. So many blessings for you. All right. So Devansha Mishra, you are the next free reading coming up here. All right. So let's take a look here. You want to know the current feelings of Arjun, and when will he compact? Is he stalking you on social sites? Whoa. Let's take a look here. So let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know about all that there? Okay. You know, I don't feel, I feel like they are, this would normally be the, excuse me, the wish fulfillment card as I drop cards. And, but with the Three of Swords here, this is about disappointment. And so it's like the Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment, this is not like unfolding. And with that Death card, I feel like there is this ending and a rebirth that's happening. I don't feel like that that they will contact you. I don't feel like they're going to head that direction, because excuse me, so sorry. Let me just take a quick drink here as you look at these pictures. Okay, there it goes. The frog wouldn't go away. You got the King of Pentacles, the King of Coins, and you also have the Knight of Coins. This really is dual. For them, they're in search of the coin. They're in search of this stability and this thing in the outside world. And I don't feel like he's stalking you. I just feel like he's so focused on the outside world that just nothing there in the heart. I feel like their passion is having the secure outer world, whether it's business and job and home and money and money and money. And I feel like that's what is unfolding in their lives. But I feel this is unfolding for you, that this is you looking in on this journey of pursuing how you relate yourself to the outside world, a new way of looking at your worth in relation to the outside world. And that's why this is unfolding in your life. Because it is about you seeing yourself in a new light, and that your worth is not defined by someone else's actions and feelings. And that's why you're going through this in your life on purpose, for purpose, right? And it is that's why it's being brought across your path, and it's part of other things that are happening in your life too, but it's all about you being disappointed in the outside world enough where you turn inward and upward to really look at that. So um yeah, I would just really look at what you're feeling and what excuse me, beliefs are going on inside of you with this situation, because this is freeing you step by step of not defining yourself by the other. That you find that within you, you find you are the other you've been looking for. And then you can have a relationship with someone on the outside without as much connection to your worth with it. So that's what they have for you right now, Devansha. So hang in there, and many blessings to you. I'm so sorry. Let me just take another drink here. You guys are probably all going coughing too, going, come on, get it out of there, get it out of your chest. All right. So, Love, you are up next. Yeah, Jeanette, actually, if you make a donation, you can do it by the super chat, or if you go into the description box of the video, there's also PayPal and Venmo. And then if you do either one of those other two, I'll get an email and I'll see that. You can also say it down below, I donated, and then I will bump yours up to be next. That's how how um, the donations work. Donations get priority, so you can do that. All right. So, Love, you want to know, what are your hidden and suppressed emotional traumas? Oh, wow. And what are causing problems in your behavior? Messages from your inner child. Absolutely. And of course, tarot, we always have to say this here in the United States, tarot should not replace professional and licensed you know, counseling and financial advice and legal advice and all of that. It is designed for entertainment purposes. So, all that said, that's the disclaimer. And let's see what spirit has to say for you, what your inner child would like you to know, or what spirit would like you to know. All right. Thank you so much for the donation. You'll be up next. Thanks. All right, love. Let's take a look here. Okay. Mhm. So you start off with the Seven of Cups, which does show there's a lot of emotions that are down in there. So um, that's definitely, there it goes. Uh, what we're going to be talking about here. Let's see what they'd like you to know around that. Okay. Okay. Anything else here? Okay. So you do have the Keeper of Wands, which would be the Queen of Wands in the Standard Tarot. And, the Queen of Wands does represent someone who's very, very fiery, very, when we're talking about the emotional trauma, I feel like it's someone who was very controlling. Divine feminine energy doesn't mean it's a female because we all have divine masculine, divine feminine, but it's a feminine energy being the keeper, the queen. But someone who also has great intuition. And I kind of feel like this is both someone who was a source of trauma, but also this is a power you have as far as you're able to super focus your energy and you have this connection with the spirit world, your intuition and gut, really strong connection there. So I almost feel like they're saying, that this has to do with this strong feminine um, presence in your life and that they are the one that didn't give you the unconditional love, unconditional attention, unconditional acceptance that your inner child was looking for, which by the way, you're not alone. No human child ever had all of that, if even some of it. And that's part of our journey here. And they are showing, that you do have that ability to connect, to spirit. And you do have this ability to absolutely end old cycles that are no longer serving you. And as you connect with this Ace of Swords, this is you connecting more and more to the higher realms and understanding the capital T truths, those that are rooted in the unconditional love of the higher realms. It allows you to cut away some of the old thoughts and the old beliefs that are, you know, that are bringing up these fears, that are triggering these things. And so I feel like they're giving you the just recognition that you have the ability and you have the power to do this. And um, so not to be afraid, not to feel like you're not able to do it, but you're totally capable and you have the power and the strength. But they are saying connecting to the higher realm is the foundation of it all, because finding the unconditional love inward and upward is what's going to be uh, helping you release a lot of fear, not suppress fear, but lower the volume of fear to where you can take deep breaths and you can really understand and feel this place, this calmness, like moving into the eye of the storm. It allows you to move there and see the storm, understand it without doing somersaults and backflips and being thrown around in the storm, which I really like, because not only do you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Apprentice of Swords, which is the Page. So you have the Ace and the Page, which is new thought, new belief, new mindset, definitely connecting to the higher realms. And you have this knowledge that comes in, this understanding. And I love all the butterflies that they have here in this deck because it is very transformative of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. You realize that there's two of you that are living this human experience. Your human character that you're playing here, and then the actor behind this character, this powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being that's made of unconditional love. It allows you to really see here um, that every moment is a choice between the fear of losing conditional love and unconditional love. You're seeing that there's two options and that you're not caught and stuck in the fear option that we're all taught growing up, the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, and all of those expectations that we fear. If I don't meet up to all that stuff, then I'm a failure, I'm unlovable, and I'm unacceptable. And it's like, oh, I see where that came from, right? But this chariot is about movement and about victory and about recognizing that every moment you have so much more power in each moment than we've been taught, because we're taught this is an opinion about what this is supposed to mean and how I'm supposed to feel as I go through it. And we're inundated with all of these opinions growing up, and we take it on as our own opinion. And then it's our habit we form on feeling a certain way and uh, applying a story to situations. And then it becomes a reaction where it happens so fast, it doesn't feel like we're making choices, but we can slow down. And we usually start changing our habit of how we feel about something or think about something after the fact. We look back and go, oh, wait, I wanted to change how I approach that. It's being gentle with yourself, allowing yourself the grace to go, okay, so at least I'm recognizing it now instead of 10 years later. You know, we start recognizing it a year later, then months later, and then days later, and then moments later. And then we start recognizing it while we're in it, still kind of deciding the old way at times. But then we start, the miracle day is when we're in it, we recognize it, and we change how we're feeling about it or the story we're putting to it. Um, and something that I would do that helped me with creating new habits in different areas is after I recognize, oh, I didn't want it to happen that way again, but I did. And I'd get mad and I'd be like, no, 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 be gentle. And I would just play the whole thing over in my head, but seeing myself choosing a different story and feeling differently in it. That got my whole being um, kind of familiar with the feeling and the thought that the next time it happened, I was forming the habit post situation. And then it started to happen while I was in it. So some things that helps there, but I do see here you are making some wonderful, wonderful progress because the tower is things are being moved out of your life on purpose to open up and have this space for it as well. So I really like that. A great book that helped me with my inner child, which I've done a ton of shadow work, but this one was an amazing book. It's called The Presence Process by Michael Brown. And I believe I even have a link for it in the description box of my video because it's one of these books that I talk about a lot, that it is wonderful. It helps us understand our inner child and helps us connect with them too. So if you want to check that out, love, I highly recommend it if it resonates with you. But that's what they have for you right now. But please know that you are on the wonderful path, because awareness and wanting to change how you're feeling, that's half the battle. So congratulations on wanting to take that journey. It's totally worth it. Trust me. All right. So many blessings to you. All right, love. And then self love, you will be the next free reading that I'll come back to at. And but Jeanette, thank you so much for your donation. So we will jump out of line and take care of your reading. And let me take a look here. And did you have a specific question, Jeanette, or did you just want a general reading? Not sure if I'm missing it. Let me just read it down there. Just scroll up in case I missed it. Nope. Oh no. Yay. All right, Jeanette. And I don't know if you've checked out my pick a card reading that I just posted a couple of days ago, which is about soulmates and soul partners and twin flames. So you're dealing with a twin flame, and you just want to know what advice they have for you with dealing with the twin flame. Okay. Okay. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. That's the wonderful thing about twin flames, right? Okay. Let's take a look here and see what's going on here. So, how's he feeling? Does Spirit recommend contacting him or not at this time? All right. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. Yeah. So I do see here you've got the 3 of wands, and then you also have the keeper of coins, which is the queen of pentacles. This is mother nature, mother nurture, and the 3 of wands is generally this energy of the energy is switching, or spirit is recommending you switch the energy of what's going on here to you, to nurturing yourself and giving yourself all of this love and all of this uh like attention. And so they're kind of, it's funny. I just heard them say, when we're pointing at someone else, there's 3 fingers pointing back at us, right? And they're like, this is they're pointing you back to you for you, because they're like, you deserve this attention and this love right now. And as in any kind of pauses that happen are happening for each of us, because they want them to be working on themselves and us to be working on our own self-love, because we're not able to love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, or receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So whatever our, our self-love, if it's this, then no matter how much love someone gives us, it drips in. And then no matter how much love we give them, if their self-love is small, we can't give them a whole bunch. But also not a whole lot can escape us if our self-love is like that as well. So I see here, because you definitely have, like, these cards together for me represent twin flame, because we have the love feeling for him and this overflowing heart for each other. But then we also have all this work that we are forced to deal with the twin flame. Because if you in the pick a card that I put out, I talk about twin flames being, I think I mentioned, it's like Jean-Claude Van Damme's blood sport, right? Yeah. Well, let me I'll finish up here. So they it's like you're tied together in this ring where you have to battle, but there's a great passion between each other. It's very much that you're drawn, and it's extreme emotion, but it's on both sides. We also have these mirrors, and your twin flames are perfect mirrors for each other because it's so intense. It's like gold, how it's purified. The flame, the twin flame, burns and burns and burns, and heats up the gold to where the stuff we want to deal with in this lifetime, and why we agreed to have a twin flame. It's an extreme, like, master's course, and all the stuff bubbles to the top, and they scrape it off, and then the fire gets more, and you scrape it off the top, and the fire gets more, and they scrape it off the top. So it's definitely this is confirming for me, this is one side of the passion and the joy, and then here's the work that you both are, encouraged to do, right? Yeah. And so you also have the hermit card that comes up, which is also about turning inward to do your inner work. Um, and the apprentice of coins is about new opportunities, and this is communication here too. I feel like they're saying there will be an opportunity for some communication, but I feel um for today, they're like, for today, look inward and focus on what fears and what, because this is the stuff that comes up. This is the nightmare card, the insomnia card. Really look into what uh, fears that are bubbling up right now, because that is why this is happening. That's why this lack of communication and the shutting down. Because when people go into fear, we humans, we either we go into cat mode, we hiss and attack, or hiss and run away, or hiss and attack and then run away. And so if they're pulling away, that means there's fear there. And um and there's like fear of rejection, right? So let's take a look here. So around communication, yeah, my gosh. So there's just so much. All these are fire. You got the 9, the 10, and then the keeper is the queen too. So, yeah. So there's all this fire going on here. The 9 of wands is like a barrier, the 10 of wands is so much energy, and the keeper of the wands is the queen of wands, which I kind of feel like, right now, um, there's a lot of fire that happens between you guys, right? And yeah, but this is like what he sees. Like there's this energetic block, there's so much energy and so much fire, and the queen of wands is someone who is very, bold and fiery and able to get things done and super focused, and trusts her intuition. And I feel like this is his perception, is that there's just a lot of fire. Um, and let me just double check something real quick here, because I just feel like he withdraws to himself. And if we push too much, then that's what makes them want to be, yeah, yeah. So he's in the excuse me, the revealer card is the high priestess card. Steps away, goes into their high temple, dives deep, moves backwards, connects to the higher realms. And that's what they do. That's how they go through their rebirth. They go inward and deals with their own selves. So I feel like the spirit is saying, deal with you, and look at everything that you're seeing. It's like, spirit is saying, keep your eyes on your paper. Are you doing your work? Are you stuck in your ego? Do you have stubborn patterns? What are you seeing in them? Because twin flames are perfect mirrors. So when we look at the other twin flame and we're like, they are so stubborn, it's like, oh, that's me. How am I stubborn? It's like whatever we see in the other, it's like, how can I, how is that true for me? How do I look within me? Because twin flames, like I said, huge, huge mirrors. I mean, it's like, that's the two of you, right? It's like, um, mirror. Let's see if it'll focus. But, so it is this opposite, this mirror, that is there, and it's on purpose for purpose. But I feel like he's doing his inner, and the more you push, then the further that they go away. And if you're like, I want to talk, I want to work things out. Um, I feel like in their mind, it's like they see pressure with that of why are you trying to make me be who you want me to be, you know? And it's like, wow, okay. But if it's just like, hey, I just want to check on you, and I just want to know I'm doing my work and I'm working on myself, and um but I still love you, and um I'd love us to, you know, still see what we can do, because I just love you. And not the, well, we need to do this and this and this and this and have a list or anything. I feel like they it's like approaching a scared puppy, or a scared cat, right? It's like, if you move in too fast and grab for it, you're gonna get again, right? And they'll, try to run past you and escape again, instead of approaching them with a treat, throwing them a treat, you know, and allow them to feel safe again. Because when they feel unsafe or out of control, then that's when we go into fight or flight and they withdraw. And so the only thing that you can do is give love. And so any communication, like today, they're like, no, focus on you. Tomorrow, if you feel, yeah, I want to reach out, let it just be about love, um, and not about expectations, getting back, anything like that. It's just, I just want to let you know I love you, you know, and kind of start with that. But I feel like that's what, they keep on just pointing you back to you with all that other stuff, is like, realize this pause time is for you to look at that. And please check out that pick a card, um, for the, messages from your soulmate, your soul partner, and twin flame, because I feel like they keep on, pushing it back to that. So that's what they have for you right now. So again, thank you so much for your donation, Jeanette, and many blessings to you. Hang in there. I know twin flame journeys. If you go look at that video, you're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, I chose this for sure." So hang in there. Sending you tons of love, because I know it's, an exciting thing for sure. All right, many blessings to you. All right. And thank you, Alex, for your donation. So we will jump to you next and need like a general reading. Hope you're doing well. Let's see what they have for you. All right. Actually, I do want to give you a message from the angels and ancestor oracles. Let's take a look here. All right. So you have the Shield Maiden, which says, make plans and focus. All right. Let's see what message they have for you. So have a plan or a strategy in place before moving forward. And the Shield Maiden is the female knight in shining armor. In Viking traditions, women were seen as equal to men, and so joined them on their raids and fought with them on the battlefield. All right. In this deck, the Shield Maiden, wow, brings a fiercely feminine energy, the power to be a warrior while retaining feminine sensitivity. She's ready to put her plan into action. She's ready to go into battle. Her medicine helps us move beyond any unsettled feelings when our plans start to take shape and follow through with our strategies in order to be where we want to be. Shield maidens worked together in times gone by to create shield walls of protection. So she also shows us how to work with others in order to bring our plans to fruition. Nice. The extended message for the card is taking some time to assess what your next steps will be. All great warriors have a plan. You are a sensitive being, and if you're not prepared for the tasks that you're taking on, you could end up feeling exposed and helpless. The ancestor guidance that's coming to you now is a reminder that you have a warrior's heart and that you have it within you to be more prepared and focused than you've been recently. So, have a strategy in place and then let your guides support you as you move forward. All right. I like that. I'm all about plans. Got my spreadsheets, but I do like that. So with whatever this is in your life that you're heading toward, they're definitely saying you're not alone. You have support. You have a warrior's heart, and to have a plan, have a strategy. All right. Let's see what else they have for you real quick here. All right. Yeah, I do like this. You have the Seven of Wands, which is about, you are about to be set into a place where you're set higher, and of course I see here with the victory, so you do have this victory and this abundance that's coming in somewhere in your life, which makes some people not so happy about it because they feel like they're lower than you, and so they might open their little yappity yappity yap mouth, right, and be like, wait, 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 why do you get to do that? Come back down here and be miserable with the rest of us. Rah, rah, rah. Why do you get that? And just realize it's not personal and you don't have to defend yourself, that it's just that they feel lower, and so you can help raise them up. So I feel whatever plan you put into place is, like I said, it's beneficial, it's rewarding, but it does trigger some jealousy in some people. And it has to do with their low self-esteem. And you have the keeper of vessels, the Queen of Cups. So with your big compassionate heart, this is about trusting your gut and trusting your intuition. But when those things happen, because you have a compassionate heart, every human has a handle on which they can be raised with. And so you can reach down, and those people that feel low and that are blah, 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 bad mouthing and complaining and doing whatever, that you can help raise them up and feel better about themselves. I mean, you can't make them feel better about themselves, but you can make it easier for them to choose love, self love, rather than fear by giving them love in some way, an act of love, right? So I do like that for you there, Alex. So definitely, I feel success coming your way. So I really like that. So that is what they have for you right now. So again, thank you so much for your donation. Greatly appreciated. And I honor your energy exchange. So many blessings to you. All right. So let's take a look here and we will continue with the list. So we left off on self love. And for the next free reading, let me just take a quick drink here. All right, there we go. So self-love, you feel like you're getting triggered at some point, and it feels like some past wounds are getting touched. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit recommends. So what would you like self-love to know? Whoa, okay. Whoa, right. Yeah. So you do have the two twos here. So you have balance, and you also have the Two of Wands. And I do see this. I mean, obviously, we have two things that we energies we can choose in each moment, and what stories we can apply to the outside world, and choices we make externally too. And as long as I like this too, that they're basically saying like, you're not alone. Every single one of us has two beings that are living inside of us, right? We've got our human character that is trigger happy. Obviously, we all have those, right? Whenever there's a fear, that our little inner child feels unsafe or out of control. Reep, 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 trigger, alarms go off. We go into cat mode and we, like we've been talking about, where we hiss and we tack, or we hiss and we run away, or we hiss and we tack and run away. It's like this is what happens, and we have those triggers. But there's also the higher being, the actor behind this character, which is that powerful, supernatural, eternal spirit being who's made of unconditional love. And when we find ourselves in fear, we can do things to try to step back out of fear by taking deep breaths and coming out of that fight or flight cat mind mode. And then we look into the fear. We start just going, where did I last feel that? Because it's going to be an emotional ripple that starts off usually from somewhere between when we're 7 years old and younger. That's when our emotional development happens. And where our triggers are created, because when we're a little child, we don't know how to deal with all the emotion. And when our mind starts to develop, like when we're around 7, our mental side of us is like usually between 7 and 14. We cram that little emotional child into the basement because we're like, we can't have you acting up to, because our mind is going, we have to be accepted. And we create all these rules and we push. So those triggers, all those emotions that our little inner child wasn't able to deal with, they're all still charged, bouncing around in the basement in our subconscious. And that's where we go to investigate. So I love that they're showing you the two sides of things, knowing that, okay, I understand why in some moments I can be full of unconditional love and connected to spirit. And the next, I'm in a cat mode because something is making me feel unsafe and out of control. And you have the champion of swords, which is the knight of swords. So you are on this pursuit, obviously, trying to see things from a higher perspective. And this ace of swords allows you to connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm and to really uh, understand things from that perspective. They had me create a free YouTube series, which I do believe I have it linked down below, but it's on the playlists on my main page. It's called You Times Two, which is about getting to know the two of you that are living the human experience. And so it allows you to kind of separate them and see them as two different entities almost, even though we're all part of the same being. But it allows you to see the two minds from which we think from and the two hearts from which we feel from too. And I feel like this will help you understand the triggers that are there and not judge yourself, for them, and realize, like, okay, it's part of what a human is and a human does. And it's a process of trying to stay out of fear as much as we can in order to look at those. Because when we go into fear mode, there's no analysis, there's just reaction, right? Like a cat doesn't think, it just attacks or runs or knocks glasses off of counters. but it but there's this importance of this, of the balancing, that unfolds there. And I do love both of these have, these strings were so tied together in this balancing. It's the cycles that we go through in this life of going upward to the heavens and then the human experience and the heavens and the human experience. It's an ebb and flow. And in the beginning, we ebb 90% fear, 10% love. And we eventually just move the gauge over where if we're ever able to get 50-50, that's fantastic. Anything above that is like a miracle. And it's okay. We become okay with experiencing triggers and experiencing fears. And then we eventually start to feel love enough that when we start to feel the fear start to rise and trigger, we are able to do the breathing techniques or whatever it is that we know how to calm ourselves. For me, it's like just take a deep breath and I'm like, okay, what am I fearing? And I'm like, oh, that thing. And then we can work on transforming the fears. But I do feel that you have the Ace of Wands here, which is you taking back your power, and all that energy that you've been investing in fears does come back to you because all those emotions, those charged emotions that are charging our triggers, as we are able to get down in there and really look at them, we can convert all that in and then that energy is not needed to maintain and shield us from all that burst of emotion that we're like, no, we have to contain that containment field doesn't have to be there anymore when we resolve our fear, and all that energy comes back to us and we're like, wow, now what I want to do with that. So I did mention earlier a great book that I read this year called The Presence Process by Michael Brown, which does help us get into that subconscious, get it down in there, and step down into the cellar where that inner child, that emotional inner child, has been stuffed, and we get to pick them up. We get to become that perfect parent that we all wanted, that no one had when we were young, that gives us unconditional love, unconditional attention, unconditional acceptance, creating space for it to express that emotion and allow it not to be charged anymore. And then, like I said, we get to release that and transform that. So that is what they are kind of pointing you to with that. And hopefully that helps with getting into the understanding the trigger and giving yourself a lot of grace and kindness around it too. So that's what they have for you, self love. So many blessings to you. You hang in there. All right, Harsita Oha, you will be the next free reading. Let me just make sure here. All right. Okay, so no other donations. So we'll continue with the free ones here. And I am doing well. I think my pipes are finally cleared up. Sorry, you guys had to hear me hacking for half of the readings here. Do you like a general reading for the coming month? Absolutely. And I'm really drawn for you to this cosmic journey oracle. And let's see what your journey is like for this next coming month. So what would you like Harsita to know? All right. I like it. Coming soon. Welcome to the Ascending Age. I like it. Card number 8. Let's see what message comes in here for you. So it's time to awaken to your role in the next ascending age of evolutionary consciousness of humanity. The ancient prophecies predicted light, eons followed by darkness. This era is part of approximately 26,000 year cycle that's part of a cycle within a greater galactic cycles. Our world is stepping out of a descending age and into an ascending silver age where we'll uncover long hidden gifts and talents. Thank you for being here in this emerging now, capital NOW. Thank you for showing up at the right time. Thank you for who you are becoming. And the cosmic catalyst question for you is, what is my role to play in the greater story unfolding? And a little cosmic checkbox, which is something you can do if it resonates, says research myths and stories of the great year, it's capital G, great, capital Y year, and see if there is a resonance you feel. So this does talk about this change that the planet is going through, that our energy is changing from one of darkness and the downward spiral to we're like, we're going back in the other direction. And a lot of light workers and a lot of people have come here, specifically souls, during this time to aid in the transforming of the darker energies, the shadowy energies of fear, and to reverse that into returning back to one that's of light and of unconditional love. And so they're saying that you are a part of that. You chose here, and it's time during this coming month to really understand and spend some energy in going, what did I want? How did I uniquely want to express this unconditional love to the world? What, how do I want to show that? How do I want to be love in the world. So I like that for you, Harsita. So, light worker, let's go. Let's see. What are you going to do with your light? And I love to see that. So that's what they have for you. So beautiful, beautiful message and many blessings to you. All right. So, Kavashri Napal, 98, you will be up next for the next free reading. And so, will your hard work in your final year of medical exams pay off? Wow. Many blessings and energy your way. I've had some friends who in the United States have gone through uh, nursing and doctor and physician and all sorts of stuff. And I'm like, you guys are gluttons for punishment for sure. A lot of schooling, a lot of studying, I know. Let's take a look here. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I do like these. So you've got the apprentice of coins, which is the page of pentacles, and the three of vessels, the three of cups. Joy, abundance. Yay. And the page of coins is about new opportunities that come from it. So joy and great opportunities that unfold in your life. With your final year of your medical exam. So, that's good news, right? And the only thing I know, right? Oh, but I'm just kidding. They just say be aware of your fears, your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets of feeling like you have to live up to everyone's expectations, and this would be like not getting enough sleep or having nightmares, always having a fear on your mind, maybe a fear of failure, whatever it is. You know what the things that are in your mind that are looping that can keep you from going to sleep or having dreaming about things, waking up in the middle of the night thinking about things. Is that you think about right when you wake up? Um, be aware of that because this allows you to be free from it. I almost feel like they're having you write down things that are on your mind before going to bed, you know, because your mind will continually looping things and fears and concerns, and that will keep your mind from allowing you to truly rest and truly sleep. And I feel like that's something that they're saying is just write stuff down, even if it's just one word. Your brain will go, okay, you'll remember that. I don't have to keep looping it for you to remember it. You've written it down. I'm good. And that'll allow you to have more sleep and rest. But again, wonderful cards saying that, letting your fears go. Really, 10 of cups, 10 of vessels is overflowing emotion. And then the champion of coins, which is the knight of pentacles, is about really understanding your belief about your worth in different ways in relation to the outside world, which I feel like has to do with this nine of swords. Is what will people think? What will this mean about me? Blah 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 blah. It's like letting this stuff go allows you to see yourself in a different way there. Excuse me. And but I do feel it's very bright, very bright. I mean, you got the rainbow, you've got all of the three of cups, which is the joy and celebration. So I do feel that you will do well and that it'll end up taking you in wonderful new opportunities. Just the journey, of course, is about just letting uh, really look at what the fears are and how you're defining yourself by other people's opinions and the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos, and just freeing yourself from that because you're going to do awesome and you don't have to worry about all that. So I like it. So congratulations. I'm excited for you. All right. So Cutie Pie Aditi, you will be the next free reading up here. All right. Anyone a general reading for what's coming towards you? Absolutely. And do we want? Yeah, we do want an oracle card. We're going to do the Sacred Destiny Oracle. Let's see what they have for you. So you got the release card. The leaves falling off a tree. Beautiful, beautiful red. I like that. And let's see what message comes in here for you. If I can get to the page, there we go. This is called Autumn Light. Says the cooler days and change of color in the leaves mark the seasonal change from summer to autumn. The bracing wind wildly flings the red, orange, and yellow leaves from the trees as they spiral to the dampened, dark earth. Lingering sunshine filters through the canopy of vividly colored leaves, creating an autumnal glow. In the great cycle of life, fall is the time of letting go. Just as spring is the time of new birth and summer the time of expansion and growth, fall is the time of the harvest. It is the time to begin the inward journey into the restoring and renewing season of winter. So, the sacred landscape wants you to know that when you receive this card, it is time to let go and surrender. Let go of situations, people, and objects that do not serve you. Let go of old, outmoded, self limiting beliefs that drag you down. This is a time of stripping away superficial distractions until you reach who you are at your core. If you're holding on to the old, it is difficult for anything new to come into your life. Begin to clear your home and living environments of clutter. If you don't love it or use it, it's probably clutter. Clear it out of your space. It's time for a detox. To get ready for the new, you must release the old. Yeah. So I do like that for you. So if you don't use it and you don't love it, it's out to make room for the new that comes in. That's relationships, that's jobs, it's possessions, it's whatever it is in your life that you're like, yeah, I feel clutter in this part of my life. I need to purge some stuff. And so I like that for you. So that is what they have for you right now, cutie pie. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the spring cleaning and whatever season it is right now. So many blessings to you. All right. All right, Jazz, you are up next for the free readings. And you like a general for today? Any? Oh, okay. They do want a power of surrender card for you. So let's see what they have for you today. I love it. I love dolphins. So you have surrender to miracles. I like it. Beautiful purples too. And it says, be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. Yeah, I mean, miracles are our natural state. We don't realize how many miracles happen that we're just not even aware of, right? Just even notice our human self is a miracle, this machine that we have. But definitely be open to miracles. Don't box yourself in with, oh, it has to happen this way. Just open up and let all expectations go and go, you know what? This is what I need. I'm open to whatever way you want to bring it. And miracle, if a miracle is how it comes, then a miracle, so be it. They're reminding me. I mean, there's just so many things like um, when I lived near my mom, um, she needed new windshield wipers, and so we bought them. And I was just like, we were sitting there having coffee in our house, and I go, hey, you want to go let's go just do the windshield wipers real quick. And I'm not that talented at windshield wiper replacement, especially her car had some really unique ones. And so I'm out there, I was able to get one off, but I was standing there going, how am I going to put this back on here? This voice from behind us said, do you guys need help with that? And I was like, she goes, I used to work at a car dealership, not a car dealership, an auto parts store. And she goes, they're really easy to put on if you just know how to do it. And I'm like, I hand it to her, boom, boom. She had them done in like within 30 seconds each. And I'm like, that is a miracle to me, the perfect timing. She happened to just walk out of her apartment to, wait for it to be picked up. And she noticed this tall guy was struggling and she offered to help. And I love it. So that's the kind of stuff that can happen. Just it's like an angel appeared out of nowhere. So that's what they have for you, Jazz. So believe in miracles. All right. So that many blessings to you. All right. Nikitha, let me see here. Not yet, Nikitha. You're actually a couple more away. So we're to Project Skyfalls. You are up next. And you're wondering if what spirit says what is good coming towards you this week. All right. Let's take a look here and see what spirit has for you, Skyfalls. So what would spirit like you to know? What's good coming your way this week? Well, evidently something. Got the Wheel of Fortune, which is about things turning that you will see as fortunate. So let's take a look here. Oh, all right. All right. So you do have the Champion of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups, which is movement of emotion. And you have the Ace of Cups, which is new love coming in. So new levels of love if you're in a relationship now. If not, I just feel like there is this movement around love and this heightened love that comes in. And, with that Ace of Wands, which is new passion, new energy, new drive, I kind of feel like there's going to be some uh, heightened love that comes in. I really feel like, especially with it being the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Wands, it feels very romantical type of love coming in. So I feel like there's going to be a meeting this week of someone. If you are in a relationship, I feel like it's just something that you have this heightened uh, experience that takes you guys to a higher level of love and passion. And if you're single, woohoo, look out. You're about to, someone's about to come across your path that ignites your heart and your passion inside, butterflies, coming in. So I like that for you, Skyfall. So enjoy this week. I like it. All right. So we'll continue going down here. Hey, Divya, thank you so much for your donation. So you will be up next, and then we'll return back into the free readings. You want to know what are his feelings for you after you sent flowers? Okay, let's take a look here. All right. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, I like it. There's joy, the joy and celebration card here. So it did put a smile on their face. I like it. Let's see what else here. Okay. They do have temperance, which is patience and balance. So let's see what that's about here. Okay. And they liked it. They really did. This 3 of coins here is the 3 of pentacles, which is about being true to your authentic self. And the Fool card here, which is about a new beginning, a new adventure, letting go of old ways of like old cycles. And I feel like it did because it was not the norm for them, and they really like that you were yourself and you did what you felt you wanted to do, right? And so I really like that because it does bring this joy, it brings this it's just like this new they're like wow, and they really were taken aback a little bit by it, but in a but they liked it. It wasn't like oh, I can't believe someone did this to me or for me. They were like, wow, what? Wow. It took time for it to sink in. They're like, Wow, someone that does what they wanna do, and they like it. They liked it. And the temperance card here, I just feel is like this balancing out of things. Because I saw it like this, which is the divine masculine, the divine feminine. This is like the chalice that's receives, and this is the wand that gives. And it's like, I kind of feel like it's become equal in this way instead of this way. They like the balanced giving and receiving type of energy. So I like that for you, Divya. Let me see if there's anything else around that. They actually want me to have the Naked Heart Tarot here. I was looking over at the Oracle, and they're like, no, but they showed me these cards. So okay, yeah. So they have the Six of Cups, which is the equal giving and receiving. So that's confirming that. So they did like it. It did make them smile, brought joy to them, and so like I said, that full card is like a new approach, a new way of looking, and I just feel like good energy around it. They really did like it. So um, that's what they have for you right now, Divya. So I like it. So many blessings to you. All right. And let's say left off with Skyfalls. So we are for free readings. We're back in line with Sunita Jain. And may you get a spirit guide message regarding your career. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. What do your spirit guides want you to know about your career? Being very specific, which they always are. So you have the Lovers card here, which is a good card. It's like, what? I'm talking about career, which this is okay. This is about emotional choice. That with whatever unfolds, you get to choose what emotion you want to feel as you go through it. And I kind of feel like they're nudging you to also consider your heart when you're making the decision. What is it that makes your heart sing regarding a kind of career? Because you can do all the stuff that the mind says, yeah, this is what is good and supposed to and should and need to. This will get recognition, this will get money, this will get blah blah blah. It's solid, it's a good foundation, but it's like, but your heart every day you wake up going, oh, I'm existing, I'm not living. And I feel like they're nudging you to really bring your heart into that, because you also have the Strength card, which is about connecting to your higher self, and the High Priestess, which they call this the Revealer. This is all about going inward and upward and really connecting to your high heart to understand what it is that you want to do with your life. How do you uniquely want to express that unconditional love to the world? Yeah. And here it is, the swords, your thoughts about all the expectations, and the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. What makes your heart sing? What of your mind do we need to balance, right? Don't make the decision strictly from mind and thought and all those expectations. Definitely bring your heart into the decision making. Yeah. Yeah. Because with the Champion of Swords, which is the Knight of Swords, you're pursuing higher knowledge and cutting away those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets, and you end up moving a different direction than you thought you normally would, because you're letting those expectations go. You know, all the dream. If you are given a dream when you're younger of going, you're going to be a doctor when you get older, and then you start studying, and you took on that dream as a child, because we all do with whatever our parents or society or whatever it may be. Something planted this dream in us, which wasn't our dream. That was someone else's dream. And we wake up each day going, ugh, I got to go live my dream today. It's not your dream. Your dream, you wake up early going, oh, I can't wait to go do that. It's like, you have this beautiful, beautiful passion and drive for it. And that's what spirit wants you to consider. Let your heart have a seat at the table determining what your career is going to be, because otherwise you're just living. I mean, you're just existing, you're not living. And so they're just like saying, what would make your heart just joyful in doing? And look into that. So that's what they have for you, Sunita. So many blessings to you. All right, Nikitha, we are up to you now. So thank you for your patience as we made our way down to where you are at. All right. And yep, no donation. So you are up next for the next free reading. Let me just take a quick drink here. And you want to know, what are Yogesh's thoughts and next actions towards you? Okay, let's take a look here. What else? All right. Let's turn all these over here. All right. So we've got the moon and we've got the seven of coins, seven of pentacles. Now, I'm sorry to tell you this, Nikitha. I know you're like, what? This is about cycles and patience. No, what's better than like, oh, he wants to, no, wasn't happy. This is about patience, letting things unfold in their timing. So they're precursing it all of that, and make sure to take time to yourself. And this is your inner journey. So they're like, while you're waiting, while this things are unfolding, what you can do to help with the waiting is work on your self love, work on expanding the love you have for yourself, because the extent we love ourselves is the extent we can give love to others and receive love from others. So they're like, before we get into all this is what your homework is. Be patient. Things are going to unfold in their timing, but you work on you and your self love. That'll help speed things up. The longer you take to work on your self love, the longer the outside world will move. So, with all of that said, I mean, the great cards here is, you've got the Three of Cups, which is joy. You've got the Sun card, which is one of the most victorious, bright cards. So very, very good cards to get with that. Also, the Four of Cups, the Four of Vessels here, which is about, the old emotions that they had. They felt dead, but this new love that's coming in is feels alive to them, feels like the bright sun, right? So I really like that, with those cards coming in there. And yeah, and also the Apprentice of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, can be new passion. And so all of those cards together, very bright, very um, energized, a lot of great energy around all that. But they bring it back to focusing on you, allowing things to unfold. Just try not to think, you know, um, all of the future. The Justice card is about balancing your expectations, your thoughts, and your beliefs, and just allow um, you the time to look at releasing a lot of the expectations you have around yourself in a relationship, the other in a relationship, and the what a relationship is supposed to be, should be, needs to be, has to be, and this is how it has to unfold, because that's too restrictive. And allowing things to unfold, allowing that, working on the insides is what allows things to flow very nicely. So that's what they have for you, Nikitha. So many blessings for you. Enjoy the journey. All right. So, Samya Rao, you are up next for the next free reading. Hey, Rhonda. All right. So we're working our way down the list. So Samya Rao, you want a career reading for the month. Just how's the performance growth? All right. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, I like it. King of Pentacles is the single card that's come out so far, which is about abundance in the outside world. It's a very great card to have when we're asking about performance and about career. So, very much success. You do also have the Six of Swords, which is a change of mindset, moving from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking. So, there is movement in awareness and intelligence. uh, if there was training, if there's applying knowledge of somehow, this is a positive card that there's this flow of applying new knowledge, new um, and it's new communication movement too. So I do like that. And you have the Five of Cups, the Five of Vessels, which is moving from it's a change of focus of not focusing on disappointment, not focusing on any of those emotions that are related to fear and things not turning out before, to this wonderful place of the Two of Cups, which is your power of emotional choice. That I feel like you have been focusing on, what do I want? Like, what am I grateful for? And what am I wanting in my life? And your emotional choices are matching that, rather than having emotions of fear and what you don't want and what you feel is missing. I feel like you've been really focusing on remaining positive in your emotions, and that is helping with all of this as well. Anything else? All right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you got the Six of Coins, which is about abundance, having enough for yourself and able to give to others too. And you have the Keeper of Vessels, the Queen of Cups. So trust your intuition, trust your gut throughout this month too, and allow yourself to really uh, use that. And she rolls over her emotions. She's not only water, rolls over water, but all the queens are given another dose. So she understands emotions a lot. And so I like that emotional energy. You're really recognizing the power of your emotional energy. Whatever you focus your emotions on is what grows as well. So no fear, no what's missing, no what I don't want in my life. You're focusing that energy on gratitude and what you do want in your life. Yeah. Because the Three of Swords is what is the expectations card, and it's what is the disappointment. And this is the fear, right? The fear of disappointment. And so they're really focusing, like, once you put that to sleep, by not feeding it, those are the fears I was talking about, the fears of not performing, the fears of failing, all that. No, focus on what you're grateful for in each moment as much as possible, and what you do want to have come in your life. And then it just flows beautifully. So I like this for you. Just it feels like a very productive and successful month for you. So that is what they have for you. So I like it. Many blessings. Just rule your emotions. You have that ability. So beautiful. All right. Yeah, I've actually been here 2 hours here. So Rhonda, I may not get down to you because I am only at Great Courts, which is several away. So and now's the time for me that I usually am mentioning that I'm only going to be on for about another half hour. So if you do want me to get to your reading today, anyone in chat, um, donations do get your priority, and I do those. And then I go back in the free readings and try to do as many as I can. I will be back this evening, of course. It's almost 1 here. So it's about 6 hours from now. I'll be back for my evening session. And then, of course, back tomorrow morning and every night of the week, every night I'm here at 7 p.m. Mountain as well. And if I'm unable to get down to anyone, and I know you're not always able to make donations, I understand completely. I also have a ton of free recorded readings that I put out. In fact, today we just put out next week's weekly energy updates. So those are out. I put out a pick a card, which I posted, which I'll post some here. Um, the 12/12 portal is coming up here in a couple days. So a lot of free readings too by zodiac sign, and pick a card. So you can also look into those for answers if I'm able to get to you and you need an answer like now. And then, like I said, I'll be back and also offer personal readings. All that information is listed in the description box of the video below. There's some cost for those, but it's on a sliding scale too. So there you go. That's been the public service announcement. All right. And I'm not sure, Rhonda, if you looked at that community post from last Monday, they did have an angel message for you there too. All right. So great courts. I'm sorry you're feeling down. Your family doesn't treat you as an equal, and it's like your feelings don't matter. Not a pity party, I swear. So what does Spirit want to tell you about these energies? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Your first card here is the Keeper of Coins, which is the Queen of Pentacles. This is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And it's interesting. You know, Spirit sometimes likes to answer questions with questions, which we love, I know. But I feel like they're asking you with this focus of nurturing yourself, being your own parent, how do you not treat yourself as equal? And how do you um, treat yourself like your feelings don't matter? Because I feel like they're really having this mirror here for you, because they gave you the Lovers card here, but this is about, I feel like they're mirroring back and forth. It's like, here's you, and then you look at them and you're like, well, this is how they feel about me. But it's really this reflection, because I think they have like that little connection in between them there, a little bridge. It's how you feel about yourself, and how can that be. It may not be exactly the exact type of situation, but it's like this revelation of um how how do you feel. Let me give you an example that they're reminding me about my life, because this will, I think, help. So I used to feel I was abandoned when I was young, and that my family didn't treat me like they loved me or that I mattered, and I just felt like I was extra and that I didn't matter. And uh, which is normal for probably all children. Everyone's like, "Yeah, me too," um, in some way, right? And but later in life, when I began to do the shadow work and looking into the truths of things and looking at the reflection, of course, I got that question popped right back to me too. Is like, how did you abandon yourself? And I'm like, what? What do you mean? I didn't abandon myself. And they're like, well, where were you looking for your definition of yourself and your worth? And I'm like, out there. And so you were out there and not in here. So you left yourself behind. And I'm like, oh, I can't believe you said that. you know, but I'm like, but it's so true. It was. And that mirror for me showed that how I continually abandoned myself by looking outside of myself for my worth in school grades and how I did in school and my relationships and my friendships and um, my body and my possessions and my income. And I'm like, wow, I abandoned myself more than anyone else ever did. And so I kind of feel like that's what they're wanting to just to answer with that is my family doesn't treat me as an equal. It's like, how am I not treating myself as an equal? And I feel like they are saying my feelings don't matter. How am I treating myself like my feelings don't matter? And it's like, oh, because I'm putting more, possibly putting more um uh how do I want to say that? Putting more emphasis and more stock, more value in what they're thinking of me than what I think of myself. And it's like, oh, how am I giving them more of a say so in who I am than I am for myself? And I feel like that's what this mirror is coming in. And you have the champion of wands, which is the knight of wands, and it's pursuit of your personal power. That's the quest that the knight goes on is in pursuit of the ace of wands, that whatever I focus on is what grows in my life. And I put the power behind what something means and how I feel. I'm the one that has this power, this magic wand that if I focus on what's missing, what I'm have in my life that I don't want, what I fear, that grows it like a magic wand from Harry Potter, right? It's like blah blah blah, psh, and I just made that grow rather than focusing on what I'm grateful for, what I do want in my life, focusing on unconditional love and joy and peace and laughter, then that grows. You even have the Three of Cups, which is the joy card, as well as your spiritual posse of support, letting you know that they are always around you. They love you unconditionally and beyond measure, never ending, and that you are never alone, and they think that you're awesome. And they say, so when you get that, you know, criticism, when you get reviews coming in on your show that are not um, favorable, don't listen to them. They don't know you. Trust us. We know you. We love you. We think you're awesome. We know everything about you. We know your thoughts and your emotions and your every experience you've had all the way to the womb. And even for the rest of your future, we already see all that. And we think you're awesome. And I feel like that they're just having you turn inward to really look at that, and this family, this situation is happening for you. They're like, these are the mirrors that they agreed to be for you, so that you would turn inward and find the beautiful way that you treat yourself as an equal, and how you honor your feelings. So I really like that for you, great courts. What a great um, question. I'm glad you brought that up and allowed them to bring that forward. And I love your sense of humor. It's not a pity party, I swear. So I love it. So many blessings to you, great courts. Hang in there. All right. So no other. All right. And let's see, where did we leave off here? Whoops. All right. So Brenda, you are up next. And so so should you pursue channeling work? Let's take a look here. And I feel like we want to go to this Return of Spirit deck and see what they have to say. And you've got the right order. I love these cards. I call them spiritual inkblot tests. So whatever you see in here is a special message for you. And then I will read their interpretation from the book. Maybe. There it goes. So eventually, everything finds its right place and proper order in life. So, this card is about creating proper order in your physical environment. The world around us has a very strong effect on our emotional and energetic well being. Often, our inner environment is symbolically reflected through our outer environment. So, it's time to put things in their proper place and create right order in your physical world. Roll up your sleeves and take a weekend to begin cleaning out the closets. Start to sort what you would like to keep and what needs to go. Take care of any paperwork, banking, or bookkeeping you may have been putting off for later. Tidy your garage or storage spaces. Rearrange one of your rooms. Vacuum the blinds or dust in the corners. Take a serious look at any space or job you think you may have neglected lately and start to deal with it. It's time to give your physical space an energetic shift. The very act of organizing our clutter is a powerful way to symbolically cleanse and clean out our inner emotional and energetic closet. It sends a powerful message out to the cosmos that you're ready to take care of your business, willing to do whatever needs to be done, open to allowing the new to flow in your life, and keen to have a fresh start. Get ready to release stagnant energy and old emotional patterns. The new is on its way in. You will feel lighter, free of old burdens, and more accepting of what spirit brings your way. By putting your physical space in its right and proper order, you're doing the same for your inner space too. You might find yourself quite surprised and delighted with the results. So I feel with that, I mean, it just feels like so disarrayed, right? That they are saying that right now the priority is to get your physical life in order and cleansing, getting rid of old emotional patterns, all the it's like this new beginning, and with this new beginning, then channeling work. But right now, the channel will be so full of so much of this emotional and almost kind of chaotic feeling clutter in the outside world that it becomes staticky on the inside. And so I feel like they're saying it's something to pursue in the future, but right now your energy is to be invested in getting your physical environment in right order. So that's what they have for you, Brenda. So that's exciting. I do see you doing channeling work in the future, but with that hurricane that's going on around you, it's like the emotions have to settle, the mind has to settle to really open it up, because when there's so much fear noise and static, it's hard to hear the whispers of love messages. So that's what they have for you. All right. So that is what we have for you, Brenda. So many blessings to you. Hey, Coco, you will be up next here. All right. And Priya, let's see, where are you at? Yeah, Priya, you must be way down the list here. Oh yeah, it looks like you just entered it not too long ago. So yeah, there is a lot of people ahead of you. And so if you're able to make a donation, that does pop you up further. But otherwise, I got to honor everyone else. First come, first serve for the free ones. So I apologize if you're not able to get to you, which I know I'm only going to be on for about 20 more minutes. Um, Please be sure to check out a general reading, one of my pre-recorded readings that I have. And I have a ton of them, a ton of playlists, and just follow your heart. And this is for everyone, follow your heart, and Spirit's going to guide you to where your messages are, because they're smart that way. So, all right. So, Coco, you are next up for the next free reading here. All right. Thank you. I am doing well. Hopefully, you are doing well as well. So, will there be an education program that you'll get accepted into to a job? Also, how's your mother? Well, I'm trying to limit the free ones to just so I can get through as many. So I'm just going to see what spirit wants you to know around what's most important for you to know and all that. All right. So let's take a look here. Wow. Well, you evidently have a hermit's journey going on here, Coco, because you got the hermit card, number 9. You got the 9 of pentacles and the 9 of swords. So it does seem like the journey that you're on does have to do with, looking into the fears that you have around abundance and fulfillment, right? Because both of these are coming in here with the hermit card. So really, there's this pointing inward, inward, inward. I can't believe you got 3 9s out of 4 cards, but they are definitely saying that regarding all of this, there is this change because you have the 5 of Wands that popped up here, which is about conflict and competition or energy that's related to fear. Because it usually starts out like 5 people battling, and it's like, oh my gosh, are they trying to hurt one another? What is going on? But then eventually we see that the individuals were friends who were helping each other with their you know skills and trying to improve things. And so the energy switches from fear to that of love. And I kind of feel like that's what this hermit journey is here too, is that, you move from where there are fears that are going on here, and then it goes to moving into the 9 of Pentacles, which is this feeling of fulfillment from the inside. And you always have spirit, of course, in there with you as well, but there's this facing the fears of what all this is keeping you from this, and it allows you to do that transition there, which can impact every area of our lives, right? Anything else about job, education, any of that? Well, you have the 6 of Wands, which is about recognition and victory. So I feel like you do move forward in this, but it does take. I love how they have this one. Every time I see it, I'm like, I surrender, and so we surrender to surrender our expectations, surrender our fears, and trust that things unfold as long as we are just doing what we can in each moment, trusting that the creator and source, the universe, does have things unfolding for us. um, so I know. um, yeah, so I feel like that's what they have for those, because I was going to say, do you want me to pull cards for any of these? And they're like, no, that was the message. They really zeroing in on that inner journey, the hermit journey, right? You might have been on it forever, but that's what they have for you right now, Coco. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. All right. Very good. All right. So, Daisy, you are up next for the next free reading. And what does Curtis currently feel about you? All right. Boom. Perfect. I round that up. That's acing it, right? So great job. We knew it. We knew it, right? So I like that. So what is Curtis's current feelings for you? Well, all right. Well, you do have the 2 of Cups coming in, so I like that card for you. So there is that romantic, that connection that's there. I do feel that you're probably going to be getting some new communication from him soon with this Ace of Swords, because in addition to thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, it is about communication. Aces being new, And there is this 3 of Wands. I feel like things are about to change direction for you both, as well. So I like that. I don't feel like it's like a way. I feel it's like um, there's this just change of the path. It's like I feel it's like a closer path, and I see this because you have two knights here. One is the Knight of Swords, so movement and communication, and the Champion of Coins is the Knight of Pentacles, which is movement in the outside world. Now, this means slow movement. So it's like, no. But it's good, right? Movement is better than no movement at all. So there's new communication. They're just letting you know that there are those feelings. It's just things will move along, path will change and become closer. It just takes time. The outside world moves slow, 3-month season. So it's like, oh, okay. So enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. But I do feel like they have that Two of Cups is romance. So I like that for you, Daisy. You're just living the dream. What's up with that? So that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. And congratulations again on your exam. All right. So let's see. So the next rereading is Shika. Excuse me. And current feelings of Jay towards you. Let's take a look here. So current feelings, Jay towards Shika. Okay. So you got the Keeper of Wands, which would be the Queen of Wands, and the Three of Wands. And this combination here, especially with the Five of Pentacles here, I feel like they are just in this change of their energies. There just seems to be this stuff going on with them that has to do with how they relate their worth to the outside world and just the definition that they're putting on things. And it feels let me get clarification on that queen, because it does feel like there's passion, but also I just feel like distraction. Let me see here. Okay. Yeah. So emotional confusion, that makes sense, because they got all this stuff going on that's triggering all these emotions around them. So that makes sense. And yeah, Apprentice of Coins. So Page of Pentacles, there's new opportunities going on in their outside world. And that's what I feel like their energy is just scattered. And yeah, like this sunflower was reminding me for some reason of a firestorm. Like there's just all this fire, all this energy, and all this stuff going on around them. They have passion there for you, but I feel like they have so much focused in on their daily sustenance. Like that Five of Pentacles is like they're concerned about, am I going to have enough? Am I going to have enough in each moment? And they have all these opportunities, all this newness happening in their life going on around them, that they feel like they're in continual upheaval and all their energy is flowing everywhere. That I don't feel like they are focusing a whole lot like on towards emotions and romance. And I feel like this feels familiar. I don't know if this is what you get with him a lot, that he's so consumed about the outside world that he's like his emotions are low on the list of priorities as far as romantic emotions. He has plenty of emotion about fear and drive for things in the outside world, like job and home and money and money and money. That I just don't feel like he has a whole lot of attention that he's paying to emotion. So that's what I feel right now, Shika. So it sounds like just someone that's after life on the outside, but the heart is on pause or on the shelf. But that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you, Shika. All right. Sio Shanta, you are the next free reading that's coming up here. Hey, Trevor. Very good. Thank you so much. Thanks for stopping by and letting me know that. I definitely appreciate the positive feedback. So thank you. So see you, Shanta. You want to know Nicole's intentions towards you. All right. Let's see what is up with Nicole. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what you're doing, Sio Shanta, but you are drawing in such passion from people. But you have the Lover's card, so there is this draw emotionally, and the Six of Wands is like this recognition, and I feel like they recognize just what a passionate, loving individual that you are, and that what you're capable of, and they're just like, and yeah, and so they see the passion. Mother Luna, so very, they see your nurturing heart, and they see you as this beautiful, just excuse me, it's this nurturer, right? It's the just feeling of uh a bubble of love is what I am getting from it. Excuse me. So sorry. My voice must be going, it's almost time. It's cutting out. But yeah, I do see that their intentions towards you are, they're like, wow, this is someone that can give me the nurturing. Yeah, Ace of Cups. So they do see you as an possibility of a new love for their life. Yeah, Eight of Coins. They see it as moving up in the outside world because of that. So yeah, that's what their intentions are there. I don't know what you're like I said, I think there's a few. They're just like, dang. But I'm not surprised. I think the last one, and I think it was a different person, was like a moth to a light, a moth to a flame. This bright light, this big heart, this capacity of this love that you can't help but shine, and it just draws people in from all over the place. And you're like, oh, life is tough, isn't it? Got to beat them off with a stick. Oh my gosh. Ah. But that's what I'm feeling for you, Sia Sanchez. So many blessings to you. All right. Hey, David Doolittle, you will be the next free reading. And you were just like, what is in store for the upcoming week? Absolutely. Let's see what they have here. Actually, they do want to have the Queen of the Moon Oracle. All right. Well, so you got the masculine coming in here. Card number 42. Reminds me of the Two of Wands card there. Let's see what this mentions. So it's time to step forward and lead. Be the leader in your own life, and you have more power than you think. It's time to formally learn more, enroll in a course, or learn a new skill. Offer your protection to someone weaker than yourself. And take steps to improve your health and vitality. The little affirmation for the card is, may the positive attributes of the masculine align with me. We all have divine masculine, divine feminine. So it is connecting to the power side of the movement of things. And it says, while lunar gods are rare, usually their realms are the solar. They are conspicuous when they appear. The Australian Aboriginal deity um, of the, and I'm going to murder these names, Wanarua tribal area, and their name is Baiame, Baiame, encourages you to observe the laws of the land and to appreciate the bounty um, and the beauty around you. They are depicted with having big eyes and no mouth, teaching us that sometimes beauty does not need to be spoken about, just witnessed with the eyes of our head and our heart. Norse God teaches us to be wise um, and talks about the passage of time. The Mesopotamian God, I'm not going to name their names, shows us how to ask about the future and how important it is to protect the weak. And there are many more. The traditional positive attributes of the masculine, such as strength, physical vitality, power of will, shielding, and protection of the weak, are important for anyone to adopt, no matter their gender or orientation. So, with this card appearing, it's asking you to step up into your power, your uniqueness, and offer your guidance to those who may need it. Companion stone for that is black opal. So, yeah, they are saying step up, take action, move forward, flex your power for this upcoming week. So, David Doolittle, do a lot, move forward with that energy. So, I like it. So, that's what they have for you. Excuse me. All right. Hey, Colleen. Sorry if you've already gone. Hello, hello. And let me just take a look here. All right. Okay. I don't see any other donations. So I'm only breaking evil with light. You'll be my last free reading for this session because I've been on for 2.5 hours. And for everyone else, if anyone wants to make a donation, now's the time to do it. And I will make sure I do that in this session and complete it. Otherwise, please check out my recorded readings on my playlist. Let Spirit guide you to where your message is, because they are smart. They will draw you and have a message for you within those readings. I will be back here at 7 p.m., which is what, 5.5 hours from now. So I will be back for my evening session to get back tomorrow morning, and then of course every night. Yeah, and so yeah, I was going to post these again, just a couple real quick. We've got the Odin's Portal, which is up on 12/12. So here is the playlist for those. I have to pick a card and what messages your soulmate, soul partner, and/or twin flame. And I do have a weekly giveaway, which you still have time to comment. Here's the playlist for that. You'll want to comment on the December, whatever last week's was. See, tomorrow's the 11th. So it would have been the December 4th readings for the weekly energy updates. After this, I'm going to go eat and then run an errand. And then when I come back, I'll be closing out those readings, and I'll pull the winner and announce them tomorrow. So a lot of opportunities. I also do personal readings. You can book a personal reading with me. All that information is in the description box of the video below. All right. So final free reading is Breaking Evil with Light. And does your current boyfriend, are they cheating on you with someone else? I am so sorry. I've been on the other side of that as well a few times, so I know that fear is a stinger, isn't it? Let's take a look here. We've got the Peace of Mind card, so that is a good start here. It's like putting your mind at rest. Let's take a look. Anything else? So you have the Wheel of Fortune too, which is which is great. This means things turn in your life that to where you feel fortunate with that, with your life and with romance and with all of that. And you also have the Keeper of Wands, which is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands, one thing is she has an outstanding instinct and gut. And so definitely trust your gut, not your heart that has fear, because the Four of Swords would be about the fear of, fears, and the Ace of Swords here helps cut away the fears. So, we can have this fear in our mind that makes our heart and it feels like that's our gut going, "Oh, I think something's going on." That's more suspicion and fear that something's happening. What does it mean about me? And blah 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 blah, all that stuff, right? The Wheel of Fortune is saying, the wheel turns for your life where you feel fortunate, but to trust your gut instinct and your connection to spirit, and trust that you have the power. Whatever you focus on is what grows in your life. So if you focus on your fears, focus on what you don't want in your life, or what's missing, that expands and grows. But that Queen of Wands really gains her power, focuses on what she's grateful for and what she does want in her life, and that expands. So I feel like this is a time, I don't feel like with these cards that they're currently cheating on you with someone else, but there is this awareness of the fears that are there, and a kind of a nudge from spirit to really look into that and understand, where's the fear coming from, and step into your power, trust your connection to the spirit world, and allow yourself to focus your energy on what you want to grow. But there is this fortunate event that's coming up here for you. So I really like that for you as well. So um, that is what they have for you at this moment, breaking evil with light. So many, many blessings to you. And thank all of you so much for all the thumbs up that you gave the video and continue to give the video. It does help spread the love. And so thank you so much for being part of that tsunami of love that we are sending out to the world. And of course, thank you for all of my new subscribers and you old subscribers, all of you. Appreciate so much all the love and all the energy and the comments that you make. It just makes this such a beautiful, wonderful experience for me as a human, helping share these beautiful messages of love from above. So thank you guys so much. And please know that as you go throughout each and every second of every day of your life, that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing day, amazing night, wherever you're out in the world, and we'll see you soon. Till then, take care.